Okay, so we're beginning another racing session here in the D class once again. Although in this particular instance, I'm taking a little different tact and I'm going to be using a Ford Cortina, which is an E-class car, and I've done modifications on this one. Unlike the other cars that I've been using, which are all stock, this one has considerable modifications. Not so much to the engine, but to the suspension, and even more importantly, the tires. And this, of course, is my qualifying lap here. I end up actually qualifying on the pole position. But that gets taken away from me by a fella in a Datsun 1600 Roadster. And as I said, this car is ordinarily an E-class car, but with the suspension and tires and rims modifications that I've done, it bumps it up into the D class, and it has substantially better grip through the corners. And in this qualifying section, I'm using a soft tire compound, but during the actual race itself, I switch over to medium tires because they last a little bit longer. But softs are good for qualifying because qualifying is only a couple of laps. So here's my little 5150 Ford Cortina, and I've jumped ahead through a lot of the stuff. Um, Now here we begin the race, and as you can see as I scroll through the competitors, this gal here in this Datsun, um, she's pretty quick around the track. And we have a Celica, a Rabbit, an MX-5. That's a Ford Escort, I believe. A Mercedes 190. Another MX-5. And a Z car. Renault Clio. And back to my 67 Ford Cortina. And this race is quite a bit more, in my opinion, quite a bit more competitive and kind of more along the lines of how I would ordinarily do in a race. But again, this is still in the D class, so it's not like you've got these cars with massive horsepower in the hood. Now, I do manage to get this guy going through turn one, but I misjudge the first corner, and he's able to cut down and dive underneath me. And he does it cleanly, or she does it cleanly. It's a clean pass, good racing, clean racing. And I back off a bit here. I don't want to. I mean, there's other people that would have just dove in there and knocked that person off the track, and that to me is not clean racing. Um, if you can't get around them and beat them cleanly, I don't think that it's a justifiable win. And this gal does a real good job of keeping me in her rearview mirror, because there's a couple of times that I get kind of close, but I never get the momentum up to actually suppress her. Like here, I got pretty close right there, and had I done this corner correctly, I might have been able to get underneath her and come out of this corner in the lead. But I misjudged it a little bit, and I missed the shift. And same here, I braked harder than I ordinarily would have because I didn't want to hit her. Little bit of a mistake there. I came off the throttle a little bit too hard going through that. This is at mid-Ohio, and that chicane in mid-Ohio is like, you might be able to get through there at about 55 miles an hour, but ordinarily when you slow down to brake through it, you end up, your speedometer ends up being in the 40s. So you're going through there pretty slow. And gauging that and judging it right so that you can get through that one short section as fast as possible is fairly difficult. And this is like a 60, 65 mile an hour corner, and then you come up this uphill sweeper to the left. You can usually get through here about 70 miles an hour. And then you've got this heavy braking into this hairpin and this kind of corkscrew leading out onto the main straightaway, which isn't really all that long. Now, cutting down to here, that's the exit of the pit lane. That's actually legal on this track. You can go on either side of that speed bump, or you can go right through the middle of that speed bump if you want to. But if you do that, your car bounces around quite a bit, kind of like jumping over that curve right there that I did. But I'm doing my best to try to catch this little 1600 Roadster. And she's not all that much faster than I am, but she's fast enough to keep me in her taillights. And I have no idea where the rest of the pack is. Because up front, it's just she and I. There's no other. The guy in third place he's 4 seconds behind me. So I don't know if they, had difficulties, went off the track, what, but they're quite a bit behind. My little fuel warning, but I'm not concerned about that because I got 3 laps of fuel left and I've only got 1 more lap to complete. Final lap. It's now or never. Catch her or don't. And I come real like there. I was coming real close to catching her, but diving across that speed bump, it inhibits your progression quite a bit. Getting ready to pass somebody here. So that's the conclusion of that. Mid-Ohio in a Ford Cortina, a Lotus Cortina. I did considerably better than I have done in the other races. Made it onto the podium. So that's the race for today. I hope you liked it. See you on the racetrack.